What's going on? How you doing? Man, if you're watching this and it's afternoon, it's evening, it's nighttime, I want to welcome you to today's Enlightenment. And I'm so thrilled that you took an opportunity to stop by and spend a few minutes with me. Guys, I appreciate you. And my name is Jay Moore, your healthy accountant here on Facebook and on YouTube. So, guys, if you have not already subscribed, if you have not already followed the page, please go ahead and follow the page, subscribe, because we're going to put out many series like this every single day, every single week, so you can be alerted when these powerful messages are being posted. So thank you so much for joining me today. All right, guys, so this week, the title of the series is The Life Under Construction. All right, so yesterday we talked about anything but failure, right? We talked about Peter and how Peter did fail. Like Peter went down hard, but he got back up. He did not stay down. His life, because his life was still under construction. And today we're going to probably talk more about you because everyone's gone through something. I know you've gone through something. I've gone through a lot of somethings. And there was a song. I think this week most of the titles were based on a song, except yesterday. But today we got a song. That song is Through It All. It's by Andre Crouch. This is a song that was, I think he did this back it was probably in the 80s because, I just remember singing it, and I've known it. It's been in my spirit for years and years. And so Through It All, right, I'm going to read some of the words. It says, I've had many tears and sorrows. I've had questions for tomorrow. There's been times I didn't know right from wrong. All right, so think about that, right? Has there been times when you didn't know which way you wanted to go? Has there been times when you couldn't even see what was right or what was wrong? Man, I'm gonna tell you, there's a text that I want to go to that's in Proverbs 3, verses 5 through, I'm going to read 5 and 6. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and don't lean on your own understanding. Put the Lord first in everything you do, and he will direct your path. So think about it. If we're trusting in him and we're leaning on him, he's going to direct us. So let's think about what this song is talking about. Because this song is saying, man, through everything that I've gone through, right? I didn't know right from wrong, but in every situation, God gave blessed consolation that my trials come to only make me strong through it all. Through it all, I've learned to trust in Jesus. Remember, trust in the Lord. I've learned to trust in God. Through it all, I've learned to depend upon the word. So that's verse number 1. We don't even have to go into verse number 2 because I think that there is something powerful in this song and in this scripture for you today. See, because there's there's always something happening in our lives that's causing us to think. It's causing us to either go through the pain, or it's causing us to avoid the pain. Do you avoid pain when it comes to, doing things? I'm going to tell you, I've avoided pain. There's been plenty of times where when I've avoided the pain. And I've avoided the pain simply because, man, you just don't want to go through the fire. Like, who wants to go through the fire? Who wants to actually get burned up? No one. I was listening to Michael Jordan's enshrinement speech at the Hall of Fame this week. And, most people watch this, and I've watched it before, but I just watched it because I wanted to hear again what drove him. Failure drove him. That's all it was. It was simply failure, naysayers. Oh, you don't believe I can do it? You don't believe I'm the best? I'm gonna do it. And he said that every time that happened, it was like that person put wood on the fire. He went from the time, the most famous, he got cut from his team, then he talked about how when he went to North Carolina, that Dean Smith I think he wasn't in the starting lineup. He didn't get picked to be on the Sports Illustrated issue. And he was saying to himself, wait a second, I should be on that issue. But he used all of these things. It wasn't like he was treating people bad. He just says, you know what, I'm going to take every bit of stuff people do, or if they don't believe in me, and I'm going to use that as wood. I'm going to put that wood on the fire and it's going to burn. Literally every success that he basically accomplished was because of the fact that someone put wood on the fire. The last one that I'll mention is, he retired. You remember he retired, early, right? His father got killed and then he retired. Then he came back. He comes back, but prior to coming back, he met up with Karl Malone and I think it was Brian Russell, and they came to Chicago. They was working out, but he had already retired. And Brian Russell says to him, man, I'm gonna tell you, man, if I see you in some shorts, man, I'll bust you up. He was talking junk to Jordan. Jordan played it off. Yeah. But then they met in the finals 2 straight years. That wood that Brian Russell put on the fire, he reminded Brian Russell. He says, Brian, you remember what you said, back when I was retired about you what you going to do to me when, you see me in some shorts? Well, I got my shorts on. He hit a game winner. He hit a game winner in that first series. I think that was 90 in the 96 series. He hit it, the game winning shot in his face. And then to close it out, year 2, when they beat him again in Utah, game winning, series winning shot in his face. He said that was the wood that pushed him. He was relentless when it came to going through trials and going through situations. Guys, look, through it all, what do you have to do to push yourself through the pain? I'm going to tell you, pain is temporary, as Eric Thomas says. Pain is temporary. It's not forever. Think about everything that you've done. I was running yesterday and I don't really like running. Who loves running? Now, I don't love running, but I love the result that running can give to my body. It's going to give me, better, a better heart. It's going to give me a better body, a stronger body. It's going to give me these positive attributes. I don't like running. So I was running yesterday. You got this little head inside, and that little head will try and get you. Oh man, you don't really want to run. It was cold. It was like 30 degrees, and so, I'm just like, still got to do it. I still got to get out here. I made a commitment. I said, I got to run every day. I haven't run every day in a long time. I've gone to the gym and run on the treadmill every day, right? But that's different than running outside. So I said, I'm going to run every day. I'm going to make this commitment because, if I can make this commitment and stick to it, run a couple of miles every single day, 7 days a week for the rest of my life, man, like, what is that going to create? I mean, physically, it'll create something, but what is it going to create inside? What would doing something that you don't like every day do for you? Sometimes, you just have to choose something and say, you know what, I'm going to go through this pain. Because when I look back on the pain of turning on the camera, the pain of putting my beliefs, putting my beliefs out there, the pain of sharing, knowledge, that was painful. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to do something like this. But when I was going through my Facebook page yesterday, and I just was going like, man, I got a lot of these videos. I got a lot of these posts of information. And I said, man, this has only been going on for, when did I start doing this? It's been a year. It's been over a year. It's been about a year and a half since I started doing this. Just like, man, this is really special. So look, the pain of doing anything, there's always pain, but it's temporary because it's painful at first, but then when you look back, there's no pain. It becomes systematic, it becomes a habit, it becomes something that you can use and then you can build on. You can build out other strengths from doing something in one area. Health, the health space has helped me to be able to do things in other areas that I could not do prior to going through a painful experience within health. So through it all, I've learned to trust in Jesus. I've learned to not depend on my own understanding. I've learned to allow him to direct my path through it all. So today, as I close, guys, what painful experience do you need to face? What painful experience do you need to put yourself through? What wood can you use, like Jordan did? What wood can you use to fuel this painful experience, to make this painful experience an excellent and wonderful experience? What can you do? I want you to write down one thing. I want you to take one painful experience that you've been putting off, that you've been saying, you know what, I know I have to do it and I haven't done it. I want you to take one experience and I want you to look at that. And I want you to say, you know what? Pain is temporary. I'm going to do it. I'm going to endure and I'm going to allow myself to go through it because I know that by going through it, he's going to walk me through it and he's going to help me through it because he has given you magnificent gifts. He has given you awesome talents. He's given you things that you haven't even uncovered yet. Why don't you go ahead and go through that painful experience? Tell me about that painful experience. I want you to put in the comments what painful experience you're going to go through because you know this is what you must do. I want you to put that in the comments because, guys, I want to see you go through something painful so that you can get to what it is that you want. Let me know what you're going to do because I want to hold you accountable. My painful experience right now is running every day. I got to go running this morning. Yep. Got to go running. Usually takes me about 20 minutes. So I don't have to run for 34. I mean, I obviously if I was running 3-4 miles, I'm only doing, I think my track is about 2.1 miles. That's what I do. I'm gonna do it every day. And I'm just going to knock it out. So, guys, I appreciate you for joining me today for Through It All, the life under construction. You're going to go through some things. You're going to have some painful experiences that you're going to have to deal with. Don't avoid them. Go through them, but allow yourself to trust in him. Proverbs 3, 5-6, and read that. Let that jump into your mind, jump into your body, and so that it permeates and penetrates all that you have, so that you can do it, so that you can stay firm in everything that you are pushing yourself towards. Appreciate you for joining me today. I look forward to connecting with you tomorrow. Tomorrow's title is, let me see, what is tomorrow's title? I don't even know. Do I have it here? I don't have it. I'm not even sure what you can go check out my post on Sunday and you can see what tomorrow's title is. And we're going to talk about it, and you're going to get some inspiration, and you should get a text that you can use so that you can push forward through it all. Life under construction, guys. I appreciate, look forward to talking to you tomorrow. God bless you.